Hi guys, Catherine here. Today I'm going to do just a funky little pendant. I'm going to be using some Cernit metallic silver and some black. You of course can use whatever colours you want. The way I'm working it is this is going to be a super shiny piece, and the black's going to be matte. And you're also going to need some sort of cutter. I'm using this teardrop shape. What we're going to do is we're going to have a black background, and then I'm going to cut in the silver, then cut into the silver with the cutter, so we've just got a shape of silver overlaying the black. We're going to make a little gem button, whatever you want to call it, to sit in the silver as well. So you just need a little cutter. I'm going to use a circle, and to stick the two pieces together, because we're going to part bake first. I'll explain why when we get to that, but it's basically so I know that the edges are going to be really clean, so if they need tidying up, I can tidy them up after they've part baked and then glue them together. So I'm using black, but obviously you can use your clear and transparent colours. So that's all you're going to need. Oh, and something to make a pattern with, you know, be it one of your rollers, or I might use this lined one that I made. Whatever pattern you want. Obviously a close pattern would be nicer. You could even cut into it and do a mica shift, but I'm not going to do that. I just want a nice silver pattern on one side. Should we do a bit of a mica shift? Yeah, sod it. Let's do a mica shift. So metallic clay, you will need it then. Some sort of pattern to stamp into it with. Black, a reasonable sized pendant cutter, and a bit of liquid clay for sticking things together when we're done. I'll go and condition these and I'll be back in a sec. Oh my god, I've just realised I wasn't filming. Right, I'll talk you through what I did. Got my cutter, cut out a shape in the black. It's on a piece of paper waiting. I mica shift using a stamp, crackle stamp. Shaved all the bits off, as you do, and then I've cut it out with my cutter, and then I've used the side of the cutter again to cut the shape out. So we've got this shape, and we've got our main pendant shape, and we're also going to need a small black circle, but we can do that later and put it on at the end. So here's our shapes, and what I'm going to do is get a piece of paper, because I don't want to put any fingerprints on this. Pick it up on a piece of tissue, and I'm not going to press it down, I'm just going to sit it on, so I've got a nice curve on the pendant. In fact, I think what I'll do is there we go, so it's a bit more bottomed out, like that. Can you see? Yeah. And I'm just going to bring my other cookie cutter in, and again pick this up without trying to distort it or anything, and pop that on there, same as. I am just going to pat that down a bit, guys, because I don't want it to slide off. So we've got our moon shapey bit and our black bit. These are going to go in the oven now. I'm going to bake them for 10 minutes. Okay, see you in a minute. Hi guys, right, I'm just letting this cool down at the minute, but I've placed them together so that the curve dries the same, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to leave them there sat on top of each other lined up while it cools a little bit. And I just thought we would make our little button and our bail. I'm going to put a bail on the back of this. I think it'd look prettier. So yeah, for the button, I'm literally just going to get a piece of plastic, saran wrap, or cling film, whatever you call it. I'm just going to cut myself a little button out. And that's actually stuck to the plastic, so I'm just going to leave it stuck to the plastic to help me put it on later. Just pop that to one side. And to make our bail, we're just going to make a thin slither out of this clay. It doesn't have to be massive. Just a rectangle of clay, like so. Let me just get that little end piece off. You can take a little slither out if you want, just to make it look smoother. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to get a cocktail stick so that when we put it on later, you can hold it with the cocktail stick to keep your, you know, where your string goes in, your hole. Oh, my brain, honestly, what is up with my brain? Right, so I'll just put them to one side. They're not cold, but they're cool. So while I'm here, I'm just going to get my files, and I'm just going to sort these edges out, then I don't have to do it later, because I'm going to keep this matte anyway. So I'm just going to make sure there's no burrs on the edges and that they're smooth. I'm not filing them yet. I just thought we'd do it gently, obviously, because it's got to finish cooking yet. But we may as well do it while we're sat here. And this one, I just want to make sure that this inside here, that there's no burrs on it. And they're actually, apart from it looking a little bit rough there isn't any. So I'm just going to smooth that off. So that edge is lovely and clean against the black. And this is pretty tidy, and I'll be able to get to the rest of it with my Dremel. There's just a bit of something there. I'll just give that a little sand there. Right guys, I think we're ready for sticking. So we are going to I'm going to use some black. You can use whatever colour you want, and I'm just going to draw a little bit on, and I'll just spread it around with my finger because I'm messy and I can. Now you could have baked these together, it's just because I was worried that the edges wouldn't look clean. I didn't want to do that. I'm just going to pop this down and clean my hands because I've now got black everywhere. Right. Oh, and I've got it there. Just let me wipe this bit off, guys, or else it'll drive me mad. There. Maybe using clear would have been better. And I'm just gently coaxing it into place. Give it a gentle press, You can see mine's curved a bit and it's leaving some black. So I'm just going to adjust that top piece to get it to sit better. There we go. And that should bond quite nicely in the oven. I'll just get this wet wipe and run my finger around to make sure that there's no black. And I've got a bit of black there. So messy, honestly. I could go to bed clean and get up dirty. There we go. I'm just going to hold it a second and let it grab. And then we'll rebake this. But we've just got to put our little dot on for a finishing touch. So what I'm going to do is put the dot on, bake it for another 10 minutes. I thought I weren't recording again then. Bake it for another 10 minutes and then come back and put the bail on, because at least it can sit on its front this way. There. It's still sliding a little bit, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, button. Now of course this is wet clay, but I'm still going to put just a teensy drop of black on just to help it. And I'm going to put mine there, like so. In fact I'm not, I'm going to move it up a bit to there. Let's wipe that black off before it stains. Do you know, so messy. Right, there we go. Hopefully this will stay put in the oven. Don't want it sliding around. I think I'm just going to put it down a minute, guys. Just make sure I'm happy with where it is before I pop it back in the oven. There we go. I think I'm happy with that. Right, I'm going to give it 10 minutes and then I might just put a little bit more black in, just in case there's a bit of a gap. Like I say, I purposely did it this way and it probably wasn't the best way to do it, to be honest, because but I just needed that to be really clean looking. Right, I'll pop this back in for 10 minutes, get it to bond a bit better, and then we'll come and put the bail on. See you in a minute. Hi guys, right, it's had that other 10 minutes, it looks fab. We've just got to put a bail on the back. Now of course you could drill a hole in, but I don't want to spoil the aesthetic by having a hole in, because I thought if there was a bail around here it would look nice on a wire, or you know, a shorter necklace like a 20-inch, so it's higher up, because that would sit lovely, you know, that dimple in between your collarbones. If that point just sits there, there's something really nice about it, I think. Anyway, that aside, so yeah, we're going to put the bail on now. So I actually caught, I don't know if you can see, I must have caught my nail or something on the edge of this, so I'm going to have to sand my spot a little bit, but I'm going to be sanding anyway, so never mind. Right, so let's do the bail. So we've got this little piece here. I'll just peel off the paper. Now, I do cut slivers out sometimes, but I have noticed that when I'm using a ball tool, when it's been part baked and I'm using a ball tool, I don't really need to cut a little slither out, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to give it a little bend. I'm going to use this cocktail stick to hold it. I've done a little video on bales and the such. I think I should update it really, because that was early days. So anyway, and I'm just going to flick the edges out. Can you see? Just holding that cocktail stick there, and I'm just flicking the edges out like so. And then I'm just going to hold it, and trust me to put the top back on. And again, I'm just going to put a tiny drop of liquid clay on. I'm just going to use the nozzle to double up because I put a bit too much on. And I'm going to pop the bale on the back. Like so. And I'm just going to straighten it up with my fingers. Press. Press. Now I know I'm going to be using a wire on this, so that's perfect for me, if you can see. You know, sometimes you need a bigger bale dependent on what you're using. And then I'll just get a ball tool, and I'll just gently press that edge down, and the same on the other side. Press that edge down, and I'm just gonna give it a little bend because I don't want it sticking out too much. Double check it's okay by giving it another little squitch with my ball tool. Just going to pinch the sides so they look a bit neater, and that'll do. So I'm just going to nestle it so I don't get a shiny spot in the oven. I'm just going to nestle it on a bit of kitchen paper, and this is going to now go in for 25 to 30 minutes, so everything should be amazingly well baked. And I've just got a bit of sanding to do, which I'll do when we come back. So I'll see you in a minute, guys. Hi guys, all done, nice and bonny. Everything's nice and stuck. There's no big gaps anywhere. I am going to sand it a bit with my Dremel. I'm going to do that off camera, guys, because, well, it makes a hell of a noise, and then there's loads of dust and so I'll go and give it a buff, and I'll catch up with you in a sec. Hi guys, all finished. Here it is, nice and shiny, matte side, well, satin finish I suppose, but not as shiny. And there's the rest. I'll just get some wire and show you, one sec. Sorry, I forgot where I put it. I got these the other day off AliExpress. If you just have a look on AliExpress, you'll find them. They're memory wire. You can't see it properly, can you? It's just a memory wire ring. It's about 16 inches. It's got a little spinner on it to open and close. If I could open it, I'd show you. There we go. There we go. It's just got a little spinner on the end. They're really cool, these. I'm going to buy some in different colours, I think. And I'm just going to feed this through. Oh, heck. No, it won't fit. I'll just drill this hole a little bit. One sec. Okay guys, I just passed my drill bit through because I'd squished the side a little bit. It wasn't quite wide enough, but there you go. I'll just fasten that, and there it is on a nice black memory wire. Looks really pretty, quite pleased with it. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Just a simple pendant. Of course you could do anything, couldn't you? You know, you could use some Mica, you could just do a pattern, whatever you fancied. Of course I did the Mica shift, but there's the pendant. I'll take some really nice photos just so you'll see them at the beginning. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and hopefully this sounds better in this video. Please let me know if it isn't, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.